and financial consultant. Absolutely amazing and pleasure and blessing to have you on the show today. Thank you for taking time out of
Thank
your
you.
afternoon. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I am so pleased to be on your live. I mean, I've watched you. I see that you are definitely the key to success.
Well,
And so it is my pleasure. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show today. And I'm excited about what we're going to talk about.
yes,
This
yes,
is,
yes.
I used to have some keys in diamond, and I made the mistake in wearing it around one of my business partners, and she said, "Let me get those keys." So because I love it. So this is a great connection. So thank you again.
Oh, you're very welcome. And girl, that lipstick is popping. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. I had to shout out the lipstick. I'm like, okay, girl, we see you. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Today we're going to talk about financial success, and especially with all that is going on. Just for one, just tell us a little bit about you and what you do, and yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been in real estate now for 17 years.
Hmm.
And what's so funny is how we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about financial literacy when I first got started in real estate. In fact, I knew so little that I had bad credit.
Wow.
I could sell houses across Georgia, but I couldn't buy one after my credit slumped down to a 504.
Wow.
I like literally, y'all. If I could just be transparent for a second, y'all, my 504 credit score was caused by me I gotten sick, I had a stroke, and so I lost my job. I ended up turning in two vehicles to try to save money. And when that didn't work, my husband and I, we filed bankruptcy, ultimately lost my home as a real estate agent, lost my home in foreclosure. So I had so much on my credit report. And when I was introduced to financial literacy, it was by a friend of mine that said, "What you gonna do now?" He was like, you girlfriends is like, "Listen, you
Right.
still selling houses, but you moved to an apartment because you lost yours. What you gonna do?"
Right.
I knew it wasn't my life, so I got educated.
Right.
And so now I'm a financial consultant, and I love, love, love it because I can help people across the country change their financial life. And, it's always a saying that when you mismanage money,
Hmm.
you just don't have a relationship with money for real. If you're afraid to ask for money, you don't have a relationship with money. And so I had to become one-on-one with the relationship with money and credit in order for me to be able to help other people as well as my family. And so I got my credit together. In 3.5 months, I bought a new house. So
Wow.
I'm just like a product of the product. So I can tell you it's not fun. It's embarrassing. It holds up a lot of anxiety. But the real deal is you got to face it. And that's what I'm doing. And so, again, this platform is just great because people need to know what they don't know.
Right. Indeed. Indeed. So you went through a hard time. You lost your home, and then you were introduced to the business and everything that you're doing now, and were able to restore your credit and be in a position again shortly thereafter to buy
Hmm.
another home.
Hmm.
What would you say was the key to your resilience in that? And I guess I know you said your friend and all of that, but what was the key to just like, what, I'm going to keep going. Things happen,
Hmm.
no big deal. A lesson for you to learn.
Well, the key, what really snapped in my head was I got three kids that's watching me.
Right.
And if we don't change the trajectory of my life, of our life, we're gonna see them go through the same path. And
Mm,
I'm not about that life.
right.
Okay. I was not. My daughter is 31. She'll be 31 next month.
Okay.
My son is 24. My baby boy is 22. And then I have a 3-year-old grandson. So they're looking at me stressing out over money.
Wow.
They're looking at me worrying about, okay, what's going to happen now? Okay, we all cooped up in this apartment because we lost this. When our kids are used to something, good or bad,
Hmm.
they're going to follow in those paths, right?
Right.
I wanted to give them better. So I took it serious. And they knew I was selling houses, but I mean, my kids was old enough, especially my daughter was old enough to say, wait a minute, why we lose our house, but you still selling them?
Right.
No, no, we got to change that. And
Right.
so that's what I did. And I came very, very literate in money, finances, everything.
Right.
And so I joined with a company that's been doing this for now 16 years. And so, when you connect with people and places, even things, right? You can go
Right.
back to the grade school that's doing things, that's celebrating people, that's helping people to win and helping people to go through this type of pandemic without really stressing about it.
Right.
That's when you stay close to the fire. And I'm staying close to the fire to where I just got to become the fire. I'm just like, ew, anybody connected to me will not have bad credit, will not lose sleep over finances. It's time to make a change. And why not do it even more so now? So that's my driving force.
Wow, that's phenomenal. And I know for me, I was actually introduced to that same company a few years ago, and my credit score was like it was like 400 or 500. It was, and I didn't even know how to really pay attention to my credit. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't until joining that company that I finally, for one, it helped me with consistency with viewing it and paying attention and monitoring it. And it took it from a low 5 to a 720, upwards to
See?
720. So I was just like, absolutely phenomenal stuff for sure.
It's possible. And I don't want people to think that the urban myths are true. This can't happen. You can't do that. Y'all listen, I had a student loan on my credit
Hmm.
for 24 years
Wow.
before I got involved with this company. So just like your score jumped up, mine did too. And I didn't know the laws. We don't know the credit laws. We need to be put on game about these credit because they know, but we don't know.
Right.
So the school that I had actually gone to closed. And see, what we don't understand is that an obsolete file is a business that's closed up and still sitting on your credit.
Mm.
So here I am for 24, 27 years or so on my credit, and I'm still telling these third party collectors, no, who am I going to pay? The school is closed. I didn't even realize I was quoting law.
Wow.
It's the Fair Credit Reporting that it says that anything that is erroneous, inaccurate, or obsolete,
Wow.
gone, has to legally be removed from the credit report. So
Wow.
here I am not knowing the law. So they were able to keep calling me for all these years. I was 17 years old. I'm about to be 48.
Wow.
And it only came off after I connected with this company that knew the laws that I didn't know and
Wow.
educated me.
That's phenomenal stuff.
We got to know the stuff.
Yes. And I know for me, I was on one of your lives the other day, and I mean, hundreds of people. It just kept going on and on. You have such a backing and such a community behind you. How important would you say financial literacy and just that importance of having that community is, especially in times like now?
I mean, see, the thing is, if we're not out here exposing it, nobody's going to know.
Right.
So I don't care if it's one person watching or 1,000 people watching. I'm going to keep on being out here sharing this information because I want people to understand that we do have rights. We do have options. And we don't have to accept just having bad circumstances, bad credit, not enough income. We shouldn't have to just accept that because we're not aware. So I'm going to keep on using platforms as much as I can to let people know that it's time to make a change. And if we're not going to do it, if we're not going to do it willingly, then just maybe somebody will cross my path while I'm on live. So my driving force is somebody needed.
Right. Amazing, amazing stuff. So now you're doing the credit, you're in as a credit consultant,
Mm-hmm.
and are you still doing real estate? And how does that go hand in hand? Because in real estate, and I'm a real estate investor full time, so I know the answer to that, but I want you to tell our viewers how important is credit when it comes to just real estate and other things in business that you may want to use and may want to do.
Yeah, so as a real estate investor, you know exactly what kind of credit needs to be
Oh, yeah.
available to you. But guess what? This pandemic caused the credit score requirements to go even higher. Where you could go at 580. I mean, I don't really like doing it at 580, but now that 580 is now a 640.
Wow.
Now that 620 is now a 680. So
Mm.
lenders have been changing. I mean, they've been getting hit every single day with new requirements. And
Right.
so in order for you to be able to purchase investment properties, you have to have the credit. And in order for the person that's going to eventually rent or buy your investment property, they have to have the credit. So this is This is a chain reaction.
Right.
And there's nothing that you can do about it. So when it comes to real estate, you got to have the credit. People always ask, well, do you handle business credit? You got to have good personal credit nowadays to get
Right.
business credit.
Get business credit. Yeah.
You just can't escape it.
Yeah.
No, don't try to use just tax ID number and say that's your
Right.
social. No, don't do the CPNs because you still are born with a social security number. That
Right.
needs to be fixed. And in order to really help and teach the people, we got to understand that our SSN is access.
Right. Yeah. And it's so important, like you said, not to look at all the other options, all the other things that you could do. Just face yourself, face your credit, and really take it on. Because
Hmm.
you feel so much better. I can say, just me as an individual, having a 700 credit score, it's just like it's such a relief to say, "Wow, finally!" And it's not like it's impossible. And that's one thing with credit is that it goes up and down, and a lot of people may get in a situation where they feel, oh, my credit score is, a 400 or a 500, whatever it may be. But that's not your permanent reality. That's something that can change
Right.
when you start focusing on it and actually doing the work that needs to be done to correct it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And see, that's why I love this company so much because we show the path. We help you with the path to get to the better credit scores, maybe where you used to be, or maybe where you've always, envisioned yourself being.
Right.
And that's what's important. We cannot just remove negative credit and then hope for the best. So you got to be able to be educated. So now, how am I going to rebuild credit? Here's a tool. How am I going to relieve some of this debt I got? Here's another tool. Well, what if I need to save for a down payment, for earnest money, for improvements? Okay, here's a savings goal calculator. So they thought of everything, and that's what's helped me to get to the point where I went from a 504. Now I'm at a 783.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, it's access. So anything I want to sign for, I know I'm going to get it.
Right.
And another thing too, when it comes to really increasing your credit score, you can be at a level where it's like, okay, it's not going any further.
Right.
You got to add more. You got to have a balance of revolving credit and installment. You got to know how much being late affects your credit number. You got to know how many inquiries it affects your credit score. All of those things are taught
Right.
with us. And so I'm just like, let's just be transparent, okay?
Yes.
You got a 550 and it's not going anywhere. You got a car note. You're paying it on time,
Hmm.
and that's it. You
Right.
got to go add stuff. People like, I don't want to add credit. Well, you got to. You have to add in order to show worthiness of more.
Hmm.
And I think it's just fear, right? It's just fear. People just are afraid to mess it up worse
Right.
or get it and lose it. So that's why we have to educate our community so that we know exactly what to do going forward.
And like you said, it's like a fear of the unknown. But
Mhm.
with you working with you, and you clear up all the unknowns. It's like, well, you always having a mentor, having somewhere, and that's another key to success. If there's something that you don't know, having someone who knows the answers to it makes it that much easier. So that it's like, you know what, I don't really know how. Well, guess what, we do. So just come this way, and we can show you exactly how to clear it up, and that just makes it easier for people who
Absolutely.
may have that unknown factor.
That's teamwork.
Yes, teamwork for sure.
We cannot do this alone. I don't care what you try to do. There's nothing that you can really do on your own. You
Yeah,
can do it on your own, but you're talking about being massively successful.
yeah,
That's going to take a few people because part of your brain may know investment. I don't know investments like that, so I can come in with. We got to work
yeah.
together.
Partnerships, and that's something for all our listeners that we actually decided, you and I, when we spoke over the last 2 days, is to create a partnership, and for my, so that I can expand my network and the people that I'm working with, and just to learn from each other and grow our companies. And I'm excited about working with you and just bringing all the people that I do business with to come that way and just learn how to really take their financial world to that next level, so that everyone can prosper, because having perfect credit at this time and at any time is so very valuable. It's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about the partnership because, see, the thing about it, when you have influence,
Mm,
when you have a reach,
yes.
Don't be afraid to say you have the influence to help so many more people. I don't know these people.
Right.
I don't know your network.
Right.
And to be able to partner together is getting it out further and further and further and expanding that reach.
Yes.
That's what we have to do. We cannot hold on to this information.
Yes, ma'am.
What good is it going to do? We both are in great credit standing right
Right.
now.
Exactly.
But it's not okay for us just to be eating well. We
Hmm.
have to share that wealth.
Indeed, indeed. So very important. And I would say that that's another important key is just sharing the information and taking others with you on
Mhm.
your journey. If you're achieving success and others are like, well, how do I do it? Sharing the information that you receive with other people is so valuable. It's really important.
Absolutely. I don't think I will. I'm not gonna say I don't think I can't do this by myself. I don't want to. It's just too much.
Right. Right. And that's
Yeah.
years ago, having the right team around you is so important. Having people that support you and understand the vision and are rooting for you and hold you accountable, because accountability is like so it's 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 important. And then that's so I'm excited about it, and I look forward to just the journey of learning and working with you for sure. So tell our viewers some other keys to just your success as a business professional.
Well, I think for me, it really does go back to my upbringing. I was born and raised in the projects,
Mm,
and I always tell people I was born there, but I never lived there.
mm,
Like in my mind, I never could fathom
right.
this being my life. No. Um, I actually had my daughter when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So, I mean, born and raised in projects,
Hmm.
teenage mom.
Yes.
Okay, I'm following a generational curse here. Okay, let's stop doing this.
Right.
So I made up in my mind very early on. I didn't graduate in high school.
Right.
Okay, I had a daughter. I had to, I'm
You
trying to figure
guys
life
have
out
so
at this
much
point.
in common. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I just cannot accept mediocrity.
Right.
I refuse to. I'm not built that way.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I, dropped out. I got a GED. Yes, I had a daughter at 16. She just had her first child at 27.
Wow.
Right. So I just am a believer in breaking curses, generational cycles. And so in order to be able to break those things, somebody got to start it. My mom had me when she was 16.
Wow.
So we got to stop it. When my daughter started turning like, she was like 13, me and my husband was like, oh Lord, please.
Right. Absolutely.
And then by the time she got 25, 26, I was like, how long is it going to take? And
Right.
she finally, I'm not going to say finally, but when she got pregnant, she was in the police academy. She was going through all of that. And she
Wow.
called and she was like, Mom, I'm getting headaches. I'm feeling certain things. I was like, you're pregnant. She was so afraid to tell me.
Wow.
27, she was afraid to tell me. And so she's a successful college graduate in her field now.
Right.
And so she helps me remember why I work so hard.
Wow.
And there's so many other people out here that have gone through similar situations that are teenage moms and feel ridiculed by their community,
Yeah.
and, by their families, and they don't know that they can really be successful. So I like to go deep inside,
Yeah.
figure out, who you are. My big why
Mm-hmm.
is defined. And so I like to help people to understand what their why is. And it's going to take you going back
That. Yeah.
where that hurt started
Right.
and change things. So now my kids know how to manage money. My grandson knows when he gets coins and dollars, he's putting it in his bank.
Right.
He hears me having conversations all the time.
Right.
And that's what we want to do.
Right.
We're very capable.
Right.
We just got to connect.
And like you said, it's that reaching back. And just like you, I had my first daughter on my 17th birthday. So I was a teenage mom. I had her on my 17th birthday. And
No way.
from high school, I got my GED, and then I became a licensed hairstylist in trade. So I said we have so much in common.
Oh my gosh.
And I've been licensed for 23 years. So, and then got into real estate investing and all of that. But like you said, it's that the things that you come from, that it's that driving force that it's like, this cannot be repeated, and I have to make a difference. And I have 5 daughters. So now it's like, and yes, I'm like, I have to make a difference for them so that they can see better. So I think that that's a very important key is just, remembering where you came from and changing the trajectory of your future and the future of
Yeah.
your family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
stuff.
what I like is I watched and y'all listen to where I'm going. When I used to hear that word, the trajectory,
Mm,
I'll be honest, I was like, what is that?
mm,
Right. Years ago, I was like, what does that mean?
mm,
I'm a visual learner.
mm,
So just imagine I was watching CSI one night
mm,
and they were talking about the trajectory of the bullet.
mm,
Okay. I want y'all to, if you're not a visual person, or if you are, this is going to help.
mm.
If you are going in a direction and something changes and sends you this way, this the way that's going to change your whole life, your whole purpose, your whole success is going to be realized then. Let it happen. Take that chance. Because if it would have went straight,
Right,
it could have shut some things down.
right.
So the trajectory of your life changes when you're connected, when you understand, when you're educated, when you learn,
Mm,
when you give yourself an opportunity
yes.
to really want more and be okay with it. Like you and I sitting here talking about we graduated high school, we got babies as teenagers,
Right,
real estate, cosmetology, although that's like what?
right.
How in the world do we have the same exact situations?
Yeah,
Be okay with being transparent. Ain't
right,
nobody going can't nobody make either one of us feel bad
right,
about our start.
right.
And so when you're okay with who you are, there's nothing anybody can say. Now just go. Let's get to work.
Right. And change that and just
Mhm.
grow from it. Because I know for me, being a young mom, I was very focused. When I got my license, I was taking my daughter with me. I still graduate, I was so
Mhm.
focused. And then even getting
Mhm.
into salons, I ran salons for many, many years, built salons, big corporations. So
Wow.
it was all a great learning experience. It's like
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason, and I made the best out of every situation that I went through. You have to make the best of it, and don't be a victim to your circumstance, and just say,
Mhm.
okay, this happened. How can I grow from it? How can I grow strength from this situation so that I can become better, not only
Mhm.
for myself but for my family as well?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, you are an inspiration. That's why your keys to success is so successful because you're talking from a place of experience,
Yes, ma'am.
transparency,
Yes.
and what you gonna do now is there's
Yes. Yes. It's like
no
I
word
can do
alert.
it, you can do it. And it's like now, not to be a victim to your circumstances, but grow from it. So whether it be your credit or your current life, or you lost your job or coronavirus or whatever it may be, don't become a victim to those circumstances, but use those as opportunities to become greater.
Opportunities to become greater.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with us partnering, just imagine the amount of people that's going to get this information, that's going to say, all right, I'm ready.
Mhm.
I tried this by myself long enough. You
Right.
know, I'm a teenage mom and it's been rough,
Right.
you know, but I don't want my kids to suffer the way I did. We don't want our kids to fall, bump their heads, and then try to figure it out. Let's teach them by example.
Right.
So another thing that our company does too, that you're going to love, is that we go into the schools and we teach financial literacy. So just imagine our kids at school learning about financial literacy. That's taken out of the schools. We don't have that in the schools. None of us was taught that.
Right.
That's why I was bouncing checks across the country because I didn't know nothing about writing checks and balancing books
Right.
and bad credit. My credit actually before I had a couple of cycles when I had bad credit, good credit, bad credit, good credit.
Right.
You know, but the final time is when I was educated. That's why it's so important to teach how to regain and how to be better going forward so those mistakes don't keep happening. So we're in the schools. We provide over $1 million in scholarships so kids can go to college
Wow.
on scholarships without worrying and stressing the parent.
Wow.
Those parent plus loans, you got to have good credit to get that.
Right.
And you don't want that burden where you can't send your kids to college because of the decisions that you've made.
Right.
So we help get rid of all those negative things using the law so it's permanent.
Right.
Then we all get a portal teaching you all about understanding credit, all the myths, all those things that scare the heck out of us.
Right.
And then we have constant contact. So now, guess what? Now those dreams of home ownership, or now those dreams of business owners, or even investment, like you
Right.
are within reach.
Wow.
That's the important part about it. I'm gonna keep saying keys to success. I'm gonna be hashtagging that
Yes.
because we gotta understand that we
Yes.
gotta have the keys to success,
Gotta
and
have
that's
the keys to success. And that's one of my, major missions in life as an investor. And that's why even with my group, the Billionaire Business Women Group, the keys to success in my life is to make sure I have success in all areas of my life, and then to also make sure I'm helping others do the same. So that's
Mhm.
your credit, financially, emotionally, spiritually, your network, the community, your children, all areas. And if you're on my Billionaire Business Women page, there's actually a section where I list all the areas that are so very important.
Uh-huh.
And the ladies are like, you haven't missed one. You have to really make sure that you become great in all areas of your life. So credit, your community, the network, all of that is so very important for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't miss it. We can't miss a step because somebody's gonna get lost if we
Right.
miss out. If we don't feel like it one day, somebody's gonna miss their opportunity.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. We're home, we're quarantined, but
Right.
we still getting up, we still getting it together, and we
Right.
still coming in front of as many people as that can see this live
Right.
because it's important. It's important. We are overcomers. We've seen it, we've been there, and now let's get somebody else that don't feel like they can.
So, what would you say to someone who's in a situation now during the whole quarantine and they have challenging credit and they want to get involved and they would like to take their credit to the next level? What is something that they can do today
Mhm.
to start changing the direction of their financial destiny?
Okay. So outside of enrolling into our program, our services,
Mhm.
right? We do have a credit attorney that's going to help them for anything like lawsuits or stuff like that.
Right.
But outside of that, now we want to incorporate that too.
Okay.
But you can know that if you're late,
Hmm.
that's 35% of your credit score.
Wow.
So pay it. Don't get mad at your creditor. It
Right. Right.
might be your
Why you
fault.
bothering me? Why you keep calling my phone? Don't do that.
Go do it. Just pay it. Then you need to know that 30% of your utilization is coming off your
Wow.
credit score. So if you have $1,000 credit line, don't go past 300.
Right.
That's going to drop your score.
Right.
So for those who got that $1,000 credit card, you spend $999.99. Pay at least 700 in increments. You're gonna have to do it, as your budget allows, but get it below 30% so your credit score won't suffer. I like to keep mine between 6 and 9%.
Right.
So my score can
Yeah.
consistently
I'm
be
always
increased.
under 10% is just the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
But a lot of people aren't able to, right? They're
Right.
using it, especially right now. But
Right.
just know if you already have not so great credit, like 599 or below,
Right.
and utilizing your credit cards for everything now because of this pandemic and loss of jobs, it's going to reduce your score. So the main thing is this. Know the components of what the credit score, how the credit score is calculated.
Right.
Do not apply for credit when you know your credit is bad because that's going to ding your credit too. 10% of your credit score is your inquiries.
Wow.
Okay. So not only that too, um, if you are in a position where you think your credit is good and you're out there applying because you think it's good
Right.
using Credit Karma. Credit Karma is just an overview. It's not going to give you the accurate scores. Like that's like a third party type of advertisement type of deal.
Right.
You go in there and apply, and next thing you know, you're getting all kind of offers.
Right.
That's what they're meant to do. It's
Wow.
not going to give you the accurate scores. And that's where a lot of people mess up at. Credit Karma said, and as a real estate agent, yeah, okay, let's go to the lender. And the lender says, no, that's
Right.
not the score. So I want to alleviate that headache and that, the stress about not being able to get approved. So don't apply for nothing
Right.
till you know that you're good to go.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hmm.
Until you know that you're good to go, just relax. Relax and reach out to someone like yourself to
Or
find,
yourself.
or like myself as well, to find
Yeah.
out more about how they can increase their, their credit score and their financial knowledge so that they can be in a better position in the future.
Yeah, do because the creditors are going to look at you as if you're desperate. All you can do
Mhm.
is use your credit.
Right.
In other words, they're not going to be able to pay this monthly payment because they don't have money because all they're doing is using their credit cards now.
Right.
So it's 5 ways that credit is calculated, and that's all in our portal that every client and business partner receives. So you know what you have going on at any given time. You're not going to have to question anything. So just keep those things in mind. It's easy to say I can do it myself. There's a lot of things that we can do ourselves,
Right.
but I always wonder how's that working out. Like if you could listen, we're quarantined. If I could do it myself, these would not look like this.
Right. Oh, girl. I know.
I mean, we can try, but you start looking close up, you're like,
Right.
okay, that wasn't done by a professional.
Right.
It's stressful. You got to pull it off. You got to restart.
Yes,
You can change your oil yourself, but if that thing start knocking while you're down the road, who are you gonna blame?
right.
You're not a professional, so just take some time. Um, Hand it over to the experts, be a part of the solution,
Mhm.
not just part of the problem. Get it done professionally. It's going to knock off years of stress, anxiety. It's going to knock off months and even years of the process you're trying to do it by yourself. On an average of 3 to 6 months, everything is off. Matter of fact, I went back and helped over 60 people buy homes
Wow.
just from this credit program alone. I stopped advertising real estate
Wow.
and just help the people that was in the program that was ready to purchase homes, over 60, and they all got it done in 4 to 6 months.
So, I mean, to all the fellow real estate investors and real estate agents, that's a great opportunity for them to help their clients to be in a better position to purchase down the line and put themselves in that financial position to do so.
Yes, if you are a real estate agent, investor, lender,
Right.
listen, this is part of our toolkit. You just
Right.
think about you hearing those key phrases. I
Right.
got the money,
Right.
I got the taxes, I just don't have credit. Boom. Let's get you in this program because not only is going to help you restore your credit,
Hmm.
it's going to show you how to rebuild.
Right.
Okay. If someone, like it's tax season, how many people do you know that's out there spending their tax money thinking that they can pay off things and have better credit?
Right.
Let me show you how this, I mean, if y'all got a paper and pen, write it down yourself.
Right.
Just think about this, right? $89 to get your credit restored. Let's just throw out this number, right?
Right.
But you got 20 items on your credit. And by the time you add that up, you at 39,000.
Hmm. Do the math.
Do the math. The reason I like to use that analogy is because of this. The law states,
Mm.
the Fair Credit Reporting Act states, anything that is erroneous, inaccurate, obsolete has to be removed. But guess what? The little fine print also says that a third party company,
Hmm.
once the original creditor sells your information to a third party company, they gave up their legal right to collect.
Wow. That's
So
really
here,
important. And I
yeah,
didn't know
so
that.
here we
That's
are. We
important.
don't know that.
Wow.
So anybody getting those third party collection calls right now,
Right.
don't talk to them. This is their game. Hey, Sherrell, yes, can you verify your address and your last name?
Right.
Like, can you verify your address and your last name? No, because the moment I do that, they got you.
Wow.
That's what we don't understand. If we verify who we are, that gives them the legal right to collect.
Wow.
When we say no, I'm not going to verify anything,
Wow.
they can't do anything because they know that they've already paid off the original creditor.
Wow.
They're now trying to collect their money back. Nobody told you to go buy my bad debt.
Right.
The
Right.
original creditor don't bother you anymore. Why? Because they've gotten paid already.
Wow.
Now the third party company wants their money back plus interest.
Wow.
That's why they're so gung ho about calling, like, give me my money. Like, no, I didn't ask you to get that money.
Right.
You took it upon yourself. So
Right.
now when you're equipped with that knowledge,
Mhm.
you can get like, well, I don't owe you anything because it's your third party.
Right.
So, but what the people are doing is spending all their tax money saying, okay, I'm going to pay this $3,500 off. I'm going to pay this $2,100 off. I'm going to pay this $500 off, and I'm going to be in a position to buy a house.
Mm.
No, you've given the money away. They've gotten paid, and your credit's still bad.
Right.
The money is gone when you could have utilized a proven company that's been doing this for over 16 years, that's providing results in 3 to 6 months on average for a little bit of money and no stress out of your life.
Yeah.
With credit attorneys and 13 services, you can have it removed, and it's a permanent removal.
Wow. So, I mean, and I know your time is so valuable and your afternoon is jam packed with a lot of things. What would you say to people, the viewers that are watching and the people that watch us on the playback? Where should they go and where should they start to go if they're interested in learning more information about restoring their credit and just becoming financially literate as a whole? Because that's super important, because once your credit is restored, you want to understand how to keep it that way and how to grow from that point as well.
Yeah, that's right. So yes, we are jam packed all day today because we're home, because people are unemployed, out of work, not knowing what to do. We're
Absolutely.
providing webinars all day long. We just finished one at noon Eastern time,
Wow.
3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 11.
Wow.
Thursday, I believe, all day long, and they're all live. They're not recorded. They're all with different financial consultants, all of my business partners. We've come together and said, let's provide the information to people, no matter what time it is, so that they can be equipped and be able to come out on top when this pandemic is over. So I'm going to provide you with the link, and then you can show anybody that, or provide it to anybody that is interested.
Okay.
I mean, it's a free Zoom call. It's going to allow them to hear and see examples of all of the success that we've gotten, testimonials. I mean, you're talking about visually, it's going to provide all of that information, and then they can make a wise decision to go ahead and get started, because the worst thing that you can do when this pandemic is over is be in the same position.
Right. And so I guess, so you'll provide me with that link to our viewers who are listening. And then from that point, they'll be able to tune in. And when they're ready, hopefully today they'll be ready to go ahead and get signed up and start working on their credit and just become a part of a community of people that you can bounce your situation, your thoughts. That is the most, I mean, of course you're getting your credit right, but to be able to have that community to back you is phenomenal. Like it's priceless. Truly it is. So I want to thank you, Sherrell, for taking the time out of your afternoon. Thank you so very much for sharing some of your keys to success in your life and your life story. I am just, that this is actually the first time I've ever shared a part of my life story. So that actually helped. I mean, yeah, because most people, I normally don't interview me. So to be able to share, things that I've gone through in my life as well with our viewers, so that they understand no matter what you go through, keep pushing forward. No matter what your credit is, keep pushing forward. Surround yourself with great people. So I want to thank you so very much for just taking the time to be on the show today. And also to our viewers, Ayana, Shahid, Shayna Smith, Jeff, Brian, Latasha, Jamal, Tracy, Chris, everybody who tuned in today. Thank you guys so much. I don't know if anyone has any questions. They just said very true. They love this show. Thank you so much for sharing your content and information. Sherrell, if you would also provide your contact information in the link, if anyone wants to get in contact with you with any questions, that would be super helpful. But I just want to thank you for taking time out of your day.
Listen, I am so excited for you to be able to open up another part of you. I know there's levels to everything. And so for people to be able to pull back some of the layers in their own life, it's going to help them blossom. So I'm just proud to be a part of that journey with you. So thank you for all that you do, providing the keys to success. And that is such a broad statement. And you're really you're hitting it. You hit every one of those topics, and so I greatly appreciate that, and I know that your viewers do as well. You have solid, loyal listeners and viewers that rely on your word to make a change in their life, and so in order for them to, like I said, see the information, they can log on at any time from 3 until 11 tonight. I'm going to provide you with the link. And then I'm Sherrell Anderson on Facebook. Um, and I am Platinum Credit 800 on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because my hair is platinum, and platinum is just the bomb, right?
Right.
So Platinum Credit 800 on Instagram, Sherrell Anderson on LinkedIn, and I'm pretty accessible, pretty transparent. If I can ever answer any questions, I will be happy to do that. My website is SherrellAnderson.com. It's a lot of information on there as well. We're going to soon have links for her to have. Miss Lee gonna make sure
Yes.
that you're gonna have her links, but we're a team, we're combined together, and my total goal is to celebrate other people
Yes.
and help other people win and eat.
Yes.
And in this crisis that we're going through, we've got to connect. We've got to come together. And no matter what the question is, no matter how you're feeling, it could be behind the scenes or it could be on a live. You can speak out whatever you're feeling, and I promise you, somebody's going to be able to come alongside you and help you get to that point where you're able to then be a testimony for somebody else. So
Yes.
by you even saying that, it just lets me know that my story, me being okay with it all,
Yes.
it wasn't just for me.
Right.
It's for somebody else, and your story is for so many. You have probably no idea
Right.
how many people appreciate you being you. And I just want you guys to really search your heart and know that it is a better day coming,
Right.
and we've got to come out on top. We cannot live the way we were, number one, in fear and financial crisis, and just not having access, because we don't know what's going to happen after this pandemic or even still during this pandemic, but
Right.
we better be in a better position
Right.
to be able to do whatever it is that
Mhm.
we and our families need.
Yep.
And that's getting our credit and our finances together.
Right.
So my last word is, when you get your credit together, everything else falls in place.
Yes, that's beautiful. Well, thank you again. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. I will be back again this evening at 6 p.m. Sherrell, thank you for tuning in. You guys have a blessed afternoon. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Thank you.